celebration and allowance of our individuality. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why we help each person get their own trust, because each person has to trust God in that they can govern their own mental, and we have to trust that how that person is growing, how that person is living, God gonna deal with them, not me, not my judgment. You know what I'm saying? The Most High's. You feel what I'm saying? Because all things can be used for good. So what I have to do is learn that patience. I have to give back the knowledge of good and evil within my community, give that back to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And take on trust. You feel what I'm saying? I'm giving knowledge of good and evil back and take your own trust. You feel what I'm saying? First, I trust that I can govern my own self. So that's why I'm sending my own trust account. Taking back my ownership of my being. You live with me, bro?
Yeah. I'm trying to hold it up. Just keep going. Just keep going. Yeah, we live talking, taking your trust back, man. Cause I just felt like that was the powerful time to actually activate it. When you was like, yeah, we need to always be agreeing in public. You know, at that moment in time, I was like, okay, the public need.
The Democrats and the Republicans both agreed to never agree in public, to create the two narratives. That's why we on Gazy 2020. We're gonna show neither one of y'all. You're on our own wave, supporting the black man who saved the system. The black man who say piss on your gram, we create our own award show. Create our own award show.
Yeah, but not only that, I be trying to get people to go back to the what Kanye was doing before he was at the stage. You know, the Jesus Walk Kanye, the stronger Kanye. You know, he was the individual in the music industry that was looked at as inspiration. So it was like at points,
still is.
Right now the media kind of portrays him
exactly
as the
right.
opposite of
what,
that.
What Nelson say? Nelson Mandela said, "Your enemy is not my enemy. Don't expect for your enemy to be my enemy." So if they got a problem with Kanye, that should be a sign. Don't trust what they tell you to trust. Trust what your Most High tell you to trust. This man all about the Most High. I'm not. That's not crazy to me. He's still about the Most High right now. He's still on the path. He's just left. You feel what I'm saying? So they want you to think that he crazy right now. Right now, what he doing right now is he about his father's business.
Yeah, yeah. And it even shows like his last project. It's called Jesus is King. And then
Jesus King.
Yeah.
Come on.
And if you like listen to all of the songs, you know, it's like even so I listened to his interview, his Breakfast Club interview before, on that project, and he basically was saying like he had been saved. You know, like the industry did turn him into like he was saying, turned him into a person that was being a weapon. He was being weaponized for on our own people. You know, and that's what they do. That's why, you know, the freeing of the mind, you know, is so big. And it's not just about understanding information about life. Yep. No, it's about understanding yourself. You know, because if you don't control yourself, something will. Some force will. You know, you're a force of energy.
And that's what they originally deemed us not able to govern ourselves. They slick talked us into saying we can't govern ourselves. Signed up ourselves over.
Right, that's because they wanted to govern our mental. You know,
because they said if these folks ever get together and understand who they are, they're going to wipe us out.
Yeah. And that's exactly what they did.
This place has such a
That's exactly what they did. Look at this. 100 dead when smoke of battle lifts from strife. Troops restore quiet after a clash. Race war rages for hours after outbreak at courthouse. They're dropping bombs.
Yep. And that's what that song was about. You dropped a bomb on me. They was dropping bombs. There was a bomb drop. Not the fire.
Just dropping, just for them coming together. So now what they've done is they play on fear. Now they've created fear, like, okay, and they...
Let me say this right here.
Utilize fear.
Let me say this to the people, man. Every moment boils down to faith and fear. Every single moment boils down to faith and fear. Your attention and your action toward the knowledge of good or the knowledge of evil. Are you going to give your attention and your action toward the knowledge of good or the knowledge of evil?
I wanted to hop in right there.
Hop in.
Because now when it comes to a lot of people inadvertently give their attention, not even realizing that, again, if you're not using your mind, then something is. They say we only use 12% of our brain. Then what's happening to the whole other 88%? You know what I'm saying? What's occupying that space? So it's like, you know, if we are not intentionally, and that's why, you know, the leaders were saying, wake up, get on what we're supposed to, get on the mission, come together, because if we're not doing that, then we're being used to do something else.
And what is that something else?
So it's like habits, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what are you studying? What are you reading?
Exactly.
What are you pouring into yourself? Not just your mind. What are you pouring into? What are you putting on your skin?
What
the
are your
essential
rituals
oils.
is what it essentially boils down to. Your rituals. What do you do ritually every day? Pay attention to those. Because those you may need to adjust. You know, you're ritually doing something every day. We all are. You know what I'm saying? And that's what creates habits. Whatever you're doing continuously, ritually.
It's about taking ownership of your attention and your actions. Take ownership. That is the nooks and crannies of the ship, this vessel that you have. Your attention and your action is what creates. It is the gift that God gave you that you have the dominion over. So you have to focus on what you want to put in your domicile. You know what I'm saying? You have to know that the realm of possibilities are infinite, and all of them reign true. So whatever you give your attentions and your actions to, whatever matters to you will materialize into your existence. So you have to.
Yeah, and I wanted to see. I didn't want to hop in. Whatever matters to you will materialize into your matters.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember
Matters. And to say materialize, you got to say what? Materialize. Materialize.
Materialize. All materialize. Whatever you make your eyes is what you see. What you make real. And that's what matters. But in the end of the day, you have to remember your dominion. It's all matter. So what's the matter? You know what I'm saying? We have to put it all under our feet and understand our connection to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So we have dominion over all things that matter because we have dominion over our mind, because our mind is what? Over matter. Mind. Seek the mind of the Most High, the mind of Christ, so nothing else matters. Even his body, with the whole process of going to the death, dying before anything else on this planet becomes greater than that. Because you have to have dominion over life and death, understanding that they're both a part of the process, that they both have to exist. Till one moment, the next moment kills it. So that's where the evil and good and evil comes from. You have, for creation period, something else has to die. That's why I make all things new, because it's a cycle. And when we understand that it's all a cycle, we are able to be light in this thing as a feather like my yacht. Understanding the good and the evil are both the knowledge that you have to give back to the Most High, understanding that you have the dominion over it. You get to name it. You get to name it all.
Not only can you name it, you get to choose.
What you give your attention and your actions to.
Half full, half empty. Positive, negative. It's still a cup of coffee. It still is what it is. I get whatever energy I put. This is only a half a cup of coffee. Or I'm so grateful. Regardless, that's the energy you're putting into it. That's what you're going to get at. It is what it is. So whatever you channel, whatever energy source you want to feed, that's what's coming back. That's what's coming back.
Yeah, I mean,
so
No, I'm not a TV
because the possibilities are infinite, and what you align your energy with, what you make matter to you, will bear fruit. What tree will you eat from?
Yep.
Will you eat from the tree that says I can do it, or will you eat from the tree that says I can fail? They are both true. The Most High has walked both paths already and created a path to that failure. He created a path to that triumph. Which one will you give your attention to? Yep. I open the door, this possibility, and I see chaos. I'm like, no. So I'm going to go trying to find a new door in my thoughts. I go in there and I hear, okay, it's peace over here.
What you just said, new door in my thoughts. So you have to pay attention to the white noise. Yeah. It's real. You know, sometimes we could shut it off. But there's a time, which I just recently experienced, there was a time where I can't just, I'm going to just meditate and shut it all off. And no, I still had to produce some action. So granted, all this is going on and the white noise is flooding in. So I begin to pay attention to the white, to the chatter. I call it chatter. So I had to change the direction and the narrative of the chatter. So you can't tell me, okay, you're coming in. So I had to change the direction of the noise, of the chatter that was coming, and find a place of peace within myself. And I was able to manifest the outcome that I wanted, because the situation was what it was, and it could have went left. So I was at a place where, okay, you get to choose how you deal with this situation, positive energy or negative, because it looked pretty crazy how you look at it, and was able to literally in moments with, in a series of short moments, manifest what I wanted to happen just that fast. People think manifest is so far down the road, but it's literally that you can do that.
It's a series.
I dug in and found the peace and manifested the results that I wanted in a situation that, for the most part, we're saying, oh, this looks terrible. Nah, it's what I say it is, and it has to listen to what I say.
Yeah, so you're saying it's a series of alignments.
Yes.
And because everything that you're perceiving or seeing in this reality, the external world, that's just a projection of the internal world. So
And you get to choose.
Yeah, you get to choose. Like somebody could tell you, like, that's a table, but in your mind, if you have knowledge on other things in your mind, that could be more than just a table, or that can be the design for it could be a table, but for you could use it for, I don't know, people turn
it's a desk.
Yes, a desk.
My table is a desk.
Or like when I'm actually seeing is like in Japan, right? They practice like a minimalistic living,
Right.
So they might have like a cabinet that comes down into a bed.
Yep.
So it's like it's whatever they make it to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
And we have that power. Like I was talking to my daughter earlier, and I was telling her, sweetie, you're a universe. We're all universes. Literally, we have the same abilities that a universe is able to manifest. Like, and we're in these, spacesuits. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing subjected to.
You got to add your new verse to this universal rap song called Life. Add your new verse to this universal rap song called Life.
I like it.
Because each and every one of you is an articulation of the Most High. You are an art circulating, an articulation. You are art circulating. You are an articulation of the Most High. Put your image in action.
Yep.
Put your imagination. Put your image in action.
We had the power.
You decide what you want in the image. Paint that boy. Meditate on that boy. Nurture that energy of who you want to be on this planet. What effects you want to have. Sit down and really focus on that. Meditate on that, and then trust that the Most High, your steps will be ordered in that direction.
and then you are also the image. You're the painter and the painted.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You're both of them at the same time. So he said, put your image in action. He said, and then man was made in the image. So that makes us the image, and it also gives us access to the image.
And the image, the God power, the God ability,
So-
the ability, that's amazing.
So now, I guess.
Listen,
What time is it?
love God, love yourself as God, love your neighbor as yourself, then you will love all as God.
The three basics.
Love
Those
God,
basics, right. We're
love your
good.
neighbor as yourself,
Love God
love yourself as God,
and love you.
then you will love all as God. And your neighbor is all things, all situations, all moments.
And again, I was gonna say, just
Break it
piggybacking
down.
up your neighbor. So in quantum physics, they express that you only exist, or you only exist because you're a light being. You're a composition of light and sound waves is making up this piece of matter. It's because the more density you hold, the more physical that you appear. So then now when it comes to your neighbor is a reflection or it's a projection of you, the Most High, which is yourself in examined form, designed your reality so that we can grow. Like they said, life is happening for you and not to you. So like reality, life was designed. So that's why they say, love thy neighbor like yourself. Your neighbor is yourself. And if there's a misunderstanding between your neighbor, then there's just a misunderstanding of perception. And perception is only misunderstood because communication. And if communication is not understood, then All it takes is for us is more time because we've been conditioned not to sit down and communicate about things that's been going on. We've been conditioned to react emotionally in vicious ways so that we don't communicate and talk about it. But it's like
Let's have a conversation.
That's what
a conversation.
the cells in the body right now are having conversations to form bonds.
Yep.
These bonds are forming systems. These systems are forming organs. These organs are forming organizations, organ systems. You know what I'm
Organisms
saying?
organize, create organizations.
Say it again.
Organisms organize, create organizations. Now, truthfully, our people are already in plenty of organizations. Now we got to do is organize the organizations. Because organisms organize, create organizations. We already in plenty of organizations. Our only real task right now is to organize the organizations. We got
We got to leave him because the phone about to die.
to die. So we're going to leave you with this. Go ahead.
With the organization. I'm going to cap it out with the Yeezy 2020 and getting us collectively as a people to get behind an individual who shares the vision.
Yes.
It's about getting into alignment with the vision right now and understanding that everything, like you just mentioned, is already organized. Now we got to activate this player. We got to activate the coach. You know, we got to activate the wide receiver so that we can start moving forward on taking our land back, taking our ship back. You know, reclaiming what is rightfully ours back. It's just about now organizing the individuals.
Organizing to create our own lane.
Yeah. We're using art and entertainment right now to raise funds to redevelop underserved communities. We're gonna take back ownership of our articulation, and we're gonna use that to invest in ourselves by investing in each other. Because that's what the movement is. And the only way we're gonna unite is through the celebration and allowance of our individuality, understanding that each and every person is an articulation of the Most High, and understanding that as you give people access to all they want, they're eventually gonna take what they need. So we gotta invest in each other. Love y'all, man. That's all I gotta say.
Yeezy 2020.
Yeezy 2020.